students, good morning all of you. Once again, a warm welcome to the Computer Networks online session. So today, video number 21, which also belongs to unit number 3, data link layer. So in the past videos, in the data link layer, we covered these topics: service provided to the network layer, framing concept, error control, flow control, error detection and correction techniques, error correcting codes, error detecting codes, and some of the basic protocols, simplex protocol, simplex stop and wait protocol, and sliding window, introduction of one bit sliding window protocol. That what we have to be covered in the past videos. So now we are moving to the protocol area. Yeah, simplex protocol we already discussed. Simplex stop and wait protocol. So sliding window protocols. So up to what we have to be discussed in the past videos, sir, in the simplex protocol and simplex stop and wait protocol, there unidirectional and the half duplex channel we have to be using there in the simplex protocol and simplex stop and wait protocol. But here in the sliding window protocol, there are multiple approaches are there. So in the first approach, we are using two separate channels for forward communication and reverse communication. But here the problem is the channel bandwidth is wasted and the cost, which is the cost affected. And the second approach is we are using same circuit for the both directions. So data and acknowledgement are intermixed. How do we will data and acknowledgement are intermixed. How we have to be intermix both data and acknowledgement, that's what we already covered in the past video. Now moving to the approach 3, attaching acknowledgement, that is piggy banking. So piggy banking concept also we discussed in the past video. So this is the piggy banking concept. So we placing some amount of frames there in the piggy banking, but the complications are how long we have to wait for packet for piggy banking, and if longer than sender timeout period, then sender retransmitter. So this is one of the disadvantage in the piggy banking scheme. So the temporarily delaying transmission of outgoing acknowledgement, so that they can be hooked onto the next outgoing data frame. So hooked means it is attached to the next outgoing frame. So that is the piggy banking scheme. So it is temporarily delaying transmission. Piggy banking means you put some of the frames there in the piggy banking. So it is temporarily delaying the transmission of outgoing acknowledgement, so that they can be hooked onto the next outgoing data frame. So this one bit, the sliding window protocol, one bit sliding window protocol, go back and select to repeat. So sending side windows and the receiving side windows. So the sender maintains a set of sequence numbers for sending side window, and maintains a set of sequence numbers at the receiver side window. So sender maintains a set of sequence numbers of frames permitted to send. So these frames fall within sending window. So receiver also maintains a set of sequence numbers of frames and permitted to accept. So these frames fall within receiving window. So the sender's window contains frames can be sent or have been sent but not yet acknowledged. We already covered these topics in the past video, so you go through with that video for better understanding of the sending and receiving windows. So this is the sender sliding window. So sender sliding window. So here two slides, 2-bit slide. So 5, 6, 7. This is the original window size 7. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the 7 frames. So the window size is 7. So before sliding, this is the before sliding. So after sliding 2 frames, after sliding 2 frames, so 0 and 1. Now it moves to the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 0. So these 2 frames are into the window. Now 0, 1 are the slided. So the size of the window is at most 2 power m minus 1. So in the receiver side window, so the size of the window at the receiver side is always 1 in the protocol. Here the 2, but in the receiver slide window, it must be 1. So this is the before sliding, this is the after sliding. So and the control variables. So in the control variables, Senda has 3 variables, SF and SL. So S holds the sequence number of recently sent frame, and SF holds the sequence number of first frame, and SL holds the sequence number of last frame. S holds the sequence number of recently sent frame, SF holds the sequence number of first frame, and SL holds the sequence number of last frame. So if you observe this diagram, you can easily identify what S is and SF is and SL is. So S is sequence number of recently sent frame. This the 0 is the recently sent frame, and SF is the sequence number of the first frame. Correct? SL is the last frame. So this is the frame waiting to be sent, and these are the frames acknowledgements. But coming to the receiver's window, there is only one variable there in the receiver window that is called it as R. So R is the only variable there in the receiver window. Now R is called it as receiver side window. So that holds the sequence number of frames it expects to receive. It expects to receive. So it holds only one bit that is expected to receive if the sequence number is the same as the value of the frame is accepted, otherwise it is rejected. So this is the example for how the data frame has to be transmitted. This is the one bit sliding window protocol. One bit sliding window protocol. In this sliding window protocol, so the sliding window size is 1 with a 3-bit sequence numbers. Sliding window size is 1 with a 3-bit sequence number. The first one is the initiality, and the second one B is the after the first frame has been sent. After the first frame has been sent, this is the after the first frame has been received. After the first frame has been received, and the third one is after the first acknowledgement has been received. After the first acknowledgement has been received, you can observe this diagram, this example, which you can understand the concept very much easily. So A sends 0 1 A 0. So here 0 is the sequence number, 1 is the acknowledgement, A0 is the packet number. Now it reaches to the B. So A sends, now B gets 0 1 A0. B gets 0 1 A0. So here the 0 is the sequence number, 1 is the acknowledgement, A0 is the packet number. Now B sends 0 0 B0. Here 0 is the sequence number, B 0 is the B sequence number, 0 is the B's acknowledgement number, and the B0 is the packet number. So A gets 0 0 B0. After receiving the acknowledgement from the B, now again A sends 1 0 A1. 1 is the sequence number. Already here we are given 0. So the next number is 1 1. 0 is the acknowledgement, A1 is the frame number. B gets that. After receiving the acknowledgement, again B sends 1 1 B1. So after A gets 1 1 B1, A sends 1 1 A2. In this way, so the process has to be done here in the 1-bit sliding window protocol, right? So in the case 1, if there is no error, 0 1 A0, 0 0 B0, 1 0 A1, 1 1 B1, 1 1 A2, 0 0 B2. In case if any data is lost, so A sends the data frame, but the data frame not reaches to the destination end. Automatically after the some timeout, so if packet is received to the B, then only B sends acknowledgement. If B doesn't receive the packet, B doesn't send the acknowledgement. For that purpose, A waits for some time and again resends that particular data packet of A0. Resends the data packet of A0. If A0 reaches to the destination end, then only the next frame from B is reaches to A. So 0 0 B0. So that is in the case of data lost. In the case of data lost. Now, third one is data error. So A sends a frame 0 1 A0, but B doesn't receive 0 1 A0. Here an error is occurred. So that's why it doesn't send an acknowledgement. That's what we discussed there in the error correction and error detection techniques. So if receiver identifies the error, receiver doesn't send acknowledgement, or receiver sends NAACK. So no acknowledgement. That means an error is occurred. So if A doesn't receives an acknowledgement or it receives n acknowledgement, so it again immediately retransmits that particular data frame. So here 0, 1, A naught again retransmitted from A to B. Again retransmitted from A to B. So after reaching 0 on A naught, so B sends 0, 0, B naught. So this is a data lost. That means data error, data error. So this one is the data lost. So in between a damage is occurred, data is lost. In that case, automatically B doesn't receive the data from A. So B doesn't send the acknowledgement to A. So there A again retransmits the data frame. So in the data error case, data is received by B, but there is an error is occurred there. An error is occurred in the B. So error is occurred in the B. So B doesn't send acknowledgement to A. So after that certain time period, so if A doesn't receive an acknowledgement, A again retransmits the data packet, that is 0, 1 in it. And the fourth one is acknowledgement lost. So A sends the data frame to B. A sends the data frame to B. After receiving the data frame, so B sends acknowledgement. A sends data packet to the B. After the receiving, B sends acknowledgement. But in between, acknowledgement is lost. In between, acknowledgement is lost. So what A feels here is data is not delivered to B. So again, after some particular time period, A again retransmit the data frame. So that is called duplicate. Duplicate discarded. Again, the acknowledgement is generated by B to the A. This is the fourth case. First case is no error. Second case is data lost. So packet lost before moving to B. And third one is data error. The packet received by B, but receiver identifies there is an error. So that is the third case. In that case also B doesn't send acknowledgement. And the fourth one is acknowledgement lost. That means A sends data packet to B, B received that, and B sends acknowledgement, but in between acknowledgement is lost. So again after some time period, A sends same packet to B. Fourth one is acknowledgement lost. And fifth one is early timeout. So early timeout means whenever the data packet of A reaches to the B, then only B sends acknowledgement. But B's acknowledgement is, so here A sends data packet, B sends acknowledgement. Before receiving the acknowledgement from the B, there is a certain time delay is happened. So A sends a time period of 10 minutes, but B the acknowledgement received after 10 minutes. That after 12th minute it receives acknowledgement, but A feels there is no acknowledgement from B, so it again after 10 minutes it resends the data packet, that is early timeout. So A sends data packet that is received by B, so B sends acknowledgement, but acknowledgement is before reaching the acknowledgement to the A, again A sends the data packet to B, that is called duplicate data packet, so that is discarded. So after receiving the acknowledgement for the first frame, so here the frame 1 is sent two times. Frame 1 is sent in two times. So 0, 1 A naught, 0, 1 A naught. So one is rightly, and second one is it feels it doesn't reaches to the destination, and so it again resends. That is the duplicate, it is discarded. So after receiving the acknowledgement from the B for the first frame, so then only A sends the second frame to the B. So that is called early timeout case. This is the fifth case. And the case 6 is outgoing frame timeout. Outgoing frame timeout. A sends the data packet, B sends the acknowledgement. Again, A sends data packet, and B sends acknowledgement. Here, so B sends acknowledgement a bit later. This is the time period. So here you can observe after receiving the data packet, immediately it sends the acknowledgement. But here it waits for some time. That is outgoing frame timeout. So that is called outgoing frame timeout. So this one is timeout period. So after receiving the data packet from the A, it has to immediately transmit the acknowledgement, but it waits for some time. That waiting period, it is called outgoing frame timeout. That is called timeout period. These are the total 6 cases which occurred in the 1-bit sliding window protocol. In 1-bit sliding window protocol, there are total 6 cases is happening. The case 1 is no error. Case 1 is no error case. So if you can observe what this packet is, a packet consisting of 3 numbers. One is sequence number, second one is acknowledgement number, third one is packet number. Why the sequence number and acknowledgement number is in same frame? That what we discussed here. That what we discussed here. So same circuit for both directions. Data and acknowledgement are intermixed. That is the second approach of data frame transmission in the full duplex mode. So here we are using second frame mode. So that's why sequence number, acknowledgement number, and the packet number is there in one frame. So that frame has to be sent from A to B. So if B received that, B sent another frame. That frame again consisting of sequence number, acknowledgement number, and the packet number. So there are total 6 cases are there in 1-bit sliding window protocol. Case 1 is no error. Case 2 is data lost. That is, data is lost in between from A to B. Data lost in between A to B. Right? The case 1, no error. Frame A delivered to B. After receiving that frame, immediately B sends that particular frame, and again frame 1 from frame 0 from A. After reaching frame 0 from B, frame 1 from A, frame 1 from B. In this way, all the total number of A2, A0, B0, A1, B1, A2, B2, A0, B0, A1, B1, A2, B2, A0. After receiving A0, if there is no error, B sends B0 frame. After receiving B0, only A sends A1. So after receiving A1, B sends B1. After receiving B1, A sends A2. So after receiving A2, B sends B2. This is the no error case. In the data lost case, in between A0 is lost. In between A0 is lost. So B doesn't send B0. B doesn't send B0. So A doesn't receive B0. So that's why A again retransmit A0 frame. చూడండి, ఏ అనేది A0 ఫ్రేమ్ సెండ్ చేస్తుంది. A0 ఫ్రేమ్ సెండ్ చేసినప్పుడు A0 ఫ్రేమ్ మధ్యలోనే సమ్ కేసెస్ వల్ల డేటా లాస్ట్ అవుతుంది. డేటా లాస్ట్ అయినప్పుడు A0 ఫ్రేమ్ బి దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళలేదు కాబట్టి, సో బి అనేది B0 ఫ్రేమ్ను పంపించలేదు. సో B0 ఫ్రేమ్ ఏ దగ్గరికి రిసీవ్ కాలేదు కాబట్టి సమ్ సర్టైన్ టైం పీరియడ్ వరకు వెయిట్ చేసి, సో ఆఫ్టర్ సమ్ పర్టికులర్ టైమ్ అవుట్, సో ఆ టైమ్ అవుట్ అయిన తర్వాత సో జీరోకి వచ్చేసిన టైం పీరియడ్ జీరోకి వచ్చేసిన తర్వాత ఏ అగైన్ మళ్ళీ A0 ఫ్రేమ్ని సెండ్ చేస్తుంది. ఎప్పుడైతే A0 ఫ్రేమ్ బీకి రిసీవ్ అవుతుందో, సో బీ సెండ్స్ B0 ఫ్రేమ్. దట్ ఈస్ దిస్ కేస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ డేటా లాస్ట్. ఈ కేసుని మనం డేటా లాస్ట్ కేసు అంటాం. సో మధ్యలో A0 ఫ్రేమ్ అనేది డేటా లాస్ట్ జరిగింది. థర్డ్ వన్ అనేది డేటా ఎర్రర్. సో డేటా ఎర్రర్ ఏ అనేది A0 ఫ్రేమ్ని సెండ్ చేసింది, బట్ ఆ ఫ్రేమ్లో ఎక్కడో మధ్యలో ఎర్రర్ని రిసీవర్ ఐడెంటిఫై చేసింది. దెర్ ఈజ్ సర్టెన్ ఎర్రర్. మనం పంపించిన డేటా కాకుండా సమ్ ఎడిషనల్ డేటా ఏదో దానికి యాడ్ అవటం కానీ, ఉన్న డేటా కొంత లాస్ట్ అవటం కానీ ఏదో జరిగి సమ్ డ్రాబ్యాక్ ఈజ్ అక్కర్. సో దట్ ఈజ్ ఐడెంటిఫైడ్ బై ద రిసీవర్. రిసీవర్ ఆ ప్రాబ్లమ్ని ఐడెంటిఫై చేసింది కాబట్టి ఇది ఒరిజినల్ ప్యాకెట్ కాదు అని ఫీల్ అయింది. సో ఎక్నాలజ్మెంట్ పంపించలేదు. సో ఇది ఎర్రర్ని ఐడెంటిఫై చేసింది కాబట్టి A0 ఫ్రేమ్ రిసీవ్ చేసుకున్నా కానీ B0 ఫ్రేమ్ని సెండ్ చేయలేదు. ఆటోమేటిక్ ఏమవుతుంది, కొంత సర్టైన్ టైం పీరియడ్ తర్వాత అగైన్ మళ్ళీ ఏ అనేది A0 ఫ్రేమ్ని పంపిస్తుంది. A0 ఫ్రేమ్ రీచెస్ టు ద డెస్టినేషన్ B. సో అది రీచ్ అయిన తర్వాత B అనేది B0 ఫ్రేమ్ని మళ్ళీ ఏకి ఎక్నాలజ్మెంట్గా సెండ్ చేస్తుంది. సో ఎక్నాలజ్మెంట్ని డేటాని కలిపి సెండ్ చేస్తుంది. వాట్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు బి డిస్కస్డ్ ఇన్ ద ప్రీవియస్లీ. ఓకే, రెండింటిని కలిపి ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేస్తుంది. ఈ కేసుని ఏమంటారా అంటే డేటా ఎర్రర్ అంటారు. ఇక్కడేమో అసలు డేటా ప్యాకెట్ డెస్టినేషన్కి రీచ్ అవ్వట్లేదు. ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుందంటే డెస్టినేషన్కి రీచ్ అవుతుంది కానీ అది ఎర్రర్ అని రిసీవర్ ఐడెంటిఫై చేసింది, సో ఎక్నాలజ్మెంట్ పంపించలేదు. ఇక్కడ ఎక్నాలజ్మెంట్ పంపించలేదు, ఎందుకు పంపించలేదు అంటే అసలు డేటా ప్యాకెట్ బీకి రిసీవ్ అవ్వలేదు. సో ఇక్కడ ఎక్నాలజ్మెంట్ని పంపించలేదు, ఎందుకంటే వచ్చిన డేటా ఎర్రర్ అని ఐడెంటిఫై చేసింది కాబట్టి. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ డేటా ఎర్రర్ కేస్ నెంబర్ 3. నౌ కేస్ నెంబర్ 4. సో హీర్ ఇన్ ద కేస్ నెంబర్ 4 ఈస్ ఎక్నాలజ్మెంట్ కాస్ట్. ఏ అనేది ఏ నాట్ ఫ్రేమ్ సెండ్ చేసింది, బి అనేది బి నాట్ ఫ్రేమ్ సెండ్ చేసింది, బట్ బి నాట్ ఫ్రేమ్ అనేది ఏ దగ్గరికి రాలేదు. ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ ఇందాక ఎలా అయితే ప్యాకెట్ లాస్ జరిగిందో అట్లా ఇక్కడ ఎక్నాలజ్మెంట్ లాస్ జరిగింది. సో ఏ అనేది ఏ నాట్ని బి దగ్గరికి ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేసింది, బి అనేది బి నాట్ని ఏ దగ్గరికి ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేసింది, బట్ ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ మధ్యలోనే బి నాట్ ఫ్రేమ్ లాస్ట్ అయింది. సో ఇప్పుడు బి నాట్ ఫ్రేమ్ ఏ నాట్ దగ్గరికి రిసీవ్ కాలేదు అంటే ఏం ఫీల్ అవుతుందా అంటే ఈ రెండు కేసెస్ ఫీల్ అవుతుంది. డేటా లాస్ జరిగిందనో లేదా డేటా ఎర్రర్ అనో ఫీల్ అయ్యి ఏం చేస్తుందంటే ఆఫ్టర్ సమ్ పర్టికులర్ టైం పీరియడ్, సో టైమ్ అవుట్ అవగానే మళ్ళీ అగైన్ రీసెండ్ చేస్తుంది. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ డూప్లికేట్. సో ఇది డూప్లికేట్ డేటా అవుతుంది. ఆల్రెడీ ఇక్కడ ఉంది కదా 01 ఏ నాట్ అనేది ఇక్కడ రిసీవ్ అయింది, మళ్ళీ 01 ఏ నాట్ పంపించింది అంటే అది దాన్ని డూప్లికేట్ ఫ్రేమ్ అంటాం. దాన్ని డిస్కార్డ్ చేసేసి రిసీవ్ అయిన తర్వాత ఎక్నాలజ్మెంట్ ట్రాన్స్మిట్ అవుతుంది. అప్పుడు ఇది ఫీల్ అవుతుంది ఏంటి, మన బీ నాట్ వాళ్ళ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళలేదు కాబట్టి అగైన్ మళ్ళీ అది ఏ నాట్ సెండ్ చేసింది అని బి ఫీల్ అయ్యి సో బీ నాట్ని ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేస్తుంది. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద ఎక్నాలజ్మెంట్ లాస్ట్ కేస్. అండ్ ఫిఫ్త్ వన్ ఈస్ ఎర్లీ టైమ్ అవుట్. సో ఇన్ ఎర్లీ టైమ్ అవుట్, సో ఏ అనేది డేటా ప్యాకెట్ సెండ్ చేసింది, బి రిసీవ్ అయింది, బి ఎక్నాలజ్మెంట్ పంపించింది. బి యొక్క ఎక్నాలజ్మెంట్ ఏ దగ్గరికి రిసీవ్ అయ్యే లోపే యాక్చువల్గా ఇక్కడ చూడండి టైమ్ అవుట్ ఎంత ఉంది, బట్ ఇక్కడ టైమ్ అవుట్ ఎర్లీగా ముందుగానే టైమ్ అవుట్ అయిపోయింది. ముందుగానే టైమ్ అవుట్ అయిపోవడం వల్ల అప్పటికి ఎక్నాలజ్మెంట్ రాలేదు కాబట్టి సో అగైన్ మళ్ళీ డేటా ఫ్రేమ్ని రీసెట్ చేసింది. దట్ ఈస్ డూప్లికేట్, దట్ వన్ ఈస్ డిస్కార్డెడ్. మళ్ళీ అగైన్ ఎప్పుడైతే ఎక్నాలజ్మెంట్ వచ్చిందో రాగానే సెకండ్ ఫ్రేమ్ A1 ఫ్రేమ్ని సెండ్ చేస్తుంది. A1 బి దగ్గర రిసీవ్ అవగానే బి సెండ్స్ B1 ఫ్రేమ్, బి అనేది B1 ఫ్రేమ్ని సెండ్ చేస్తుంది. దట్ ఈస్ ఎర్లీ టైమ్ అవుట్ కేస్. And case 6. So what happened there in the case 6 is whenever A sends 01 to the A naught, some certain time delay is there. That is called timeout. So frame timeout. So after some time it sends acknowledgement. So actually ఇక్కడికి రావాలి, ఇక్కడ నుంచి ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేస్తే ఇక్కడికి రీచ్ అవ్వాలి, బట్ కొంత టైం అవుట్ తర్వాత ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేసింది కాబట్టి ఇక్కడికి. సో దీస్ టైం పీరియడ్ సమ్ టైమ్ ఈస్ వేస్టెడ్. సో ఆఫ్టర్ ద రిసీవింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్నాలజ్మెంట్ యాజ్ యూజువల్ ఏ సెండ్స్ A1 ఫ్రేమ్. ఫస్ట్ ఏ నాట్ ఫ్రేమ్ సెండ్ చేసింది, బట్ ఏ నాట్ యొక్క ఎక్నాలజ్మెంట్ అనేది లేట్గా వచ్చింది. సో ఎప్పుడైతే ఏ నాట్ యొక్క ఎక్నాలజ్మెంట్ వస్తుందో అప్పుడు A1 ఫ్రేమ్ని ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేస్తుంది. దెన్ ఓన్లీ ఇట్ సెండ్స్ B నాట్ ఫ్రేమ్. So these are the total 6 cases. Now performance of stop and wait protocol. So assumption of previous protocols, transmission timeout is negligible. The transmission timeout is very negligible. False when transmission timeout is long. Example, in satellite communication, the channel capacity is 50 kbps, frame size is 1 kb, round trip propagation delay is 500 milliseconds. So here the time is T0, T is equals to 20, T is equal to 270, and T is equal to 520. Start to send one ST bit in frame. Frame sent completely and frame arrives. Best case of acknowledgement received at 520. So center blocked 5 by 520, then 96% of time, and bandwidth utilization of 20 is 20 by 520. That is equal to only 4% bandwidth is utilized. So final the conclusion is long transmit time plus high bandwidth plus short frame length is equals to, that is a disaster. So the performance of stop and wait protocol. So in stop and wait, at any point in time, there is only one frame that is sent and waiting to be acknowledged. This is not a good use of transmission medium. To improve efficiency, multiple frames should be in transmission while waiting for acknowledgement. Here the solution is pipelining. I think you guys all know about the pipelining. So parallelly data has to be transmitted. So allowing W frames sent before blocking, but the problem is errors. So the solution for this stop and wait protocol is go back and protocol and selective repeat protocol. So go back and protocol, ENP and selective repeat protocol. In stop and wait protocol, at any point in time, there is only one frame that is sent and waiting to be acknowledged. So if you observe this, so what they said is, in the stop and wait protocol, at any point in time, there is only one frame that is sent and waiting to be acknowledged. They send only one frame and he waits for, they send one frame and wait for acknowledgement. They send one frame and wait for acknowledgement. They send one frame and waits for acknowledgement. So sends frame 0 and waits some amount of time. After receiving acknowledgement only, again they resend, again they're starting sending the next frame. So this much of time is wasted here. So frame 0 ఇక్కడ చూడండి, frame 0 ఇక్కడ పంపించారు. సో ఫ్రేమ్ 0 రిసీవర్కి రిసీవ్ అయ్యి మళ్ళీ రిసీవర్ నుంచి అక్నాలజ్మెంట్ వచ్చేదాకా ఈ టైం మొత్తం వెయిట్ చేస్తూనే ఉన్నాము. సో ఎప్పుడైతే అక్నాలజ్మెంట్ వస్తుందో అప్పుడు మళ్ళీ నెక్స్ట్ ఫ్రేమ్ని సెట్ చేస్తున్నాం, అదే ఇక్కడ చెప్తున్నాడు. సో ఇన్ స్టాప్ అండ్ వెయిట్ at any point in time there is only one frame that is sent and waiting to be acknowledged. This is not a good use of transmission medium. సో అంతసేపు వెయిట్ చేయడం అనేది ఏదైతే ఉందో ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఏ గుడ్ యూజ్ ఆఫ్ ట్రాన్స్మిషన్ మీడియం. ఆ ట్రాన్స్మిషన్ పాత్ ఏదైతే ఉందో ఆ టైం అంతా వేస్ట్ అయిపోతుంది. సో మనం డేటా ఫ్రేమ్ని సెండ్ చేసి అక్నాలజ్మెంట్ రిసీవ్ చేసుకునేదాకా వెయిట్ చేస్తే ఈ మీడియం మొత్తం వేస్ట్ అయిపోతుంది, బ్యాండ్ విత్ అంతా వేస్ట్ అయిపోతుంది. సో అదే ఇక్కడ చెప్తున్నాడు, హౌ ద బ్యాండ్ విత్ ఈజ్ యూటిలైజ్డ్. సో ఓన్లీ 4% బ్యాండ్ విత్ యూటిలైజేషన్ జరుగుతుంది. ఇది ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తున్నాడు మనకి. సో ఈ ఎగ్జాంపుల్లో కౌంట్ చేస్తే స్టాప్ అండ్ వెయిట్ ప్రోటోకాల్లో, సో స్టాప్ అండ్ వెయిట్ ప్రోటోకాల్లో if any point in time there is only one frame that is sent and waiting for acknowledgement, this is not a good use of transmission medium. To improve efficiency, multiple frames should be in transmission while waiting for acknowledgement. The solution is pipelining and allowing W frames sent before blocking the problems or errors. So the solution for this stop and wait protocol is, solution for stop and wait protocol is go back and protocol and selective repeat protocol. So go back n protocol and selective repeat protocol. So the acknowledgement n means frame n, n-1, n-2 are acknowledged. So these are the solutions for problems occurred in the stop and wait protocol. In stop and wait protocol and sliding window protocol. So the solutions are go back n protocol and selective repeat protocol. We will discuss about go back n protocol and selective repeat protocol in the coming video. Okay. So in this video, what we covered is what are the different cases in sliding window, 1-bit sliding window protocol. What are the different cases in 1-bit sliding window protocol? So actually what is meant by sliding window protocol is, so a sliding window protocol is, the next 3 protocols are bidirectional protocols that belongs to class called sliding window protocols. All the bidirectional protocols are called as sliding window protocols. Those sliding window protocols are 1-bit sliding window, go back n, and selective repeat. In these sliding windows, there are total 5 protocols we will discuss here. One is stop and wait protocol, simplex protocol. The first one is simplex protocol. The second one is stop and wait protocol. Those two belongs to unidirectional and half duplex. Now coming to the full duplex mode, that is in sliding window protocol. So sliding window protocol is the best protocol for the full duplex mode. In the full duplex mode, so bidirectional protocols are called as sliding window protocols. Here total 3 protocols are there. 1-bit sliding window protocol, go back and sliding window protocol, selective repeat sliding window protocol. In this we successfully covered 1-bit sliding window protocol in this video. So this is the 1-bit sliding window protocol, 1-bit sliding window protocol. So how the data frames has to be sent in the 1-bit sliding window protocol, what are the different cases of 1-bit sliding window protocol. So in the next video we will discuss remaining 2 sliding window protocols, go back and n protocol and selective repeat protocol. So up to now in this video we covered 1-bit sliding window protocol and its total 6 cases. So what happened there in the 1-bit sliding window protocol, what are the different cases, there is a possibility of occurring cases, right? We will meet with the next video with go back and protocol and selective repeat protocol.